Hey everybody, this is a quick update just to talk about the new terrain that's being added to each box. It's these modular walls here that can be taken apart and put together and rearranged in really any format you want. So first I'm going to do an overview of the walls themselves, and then at the end of this video I'll do a little gameplay update so you know how the walls play and how they work inside the game. So in terms of what's being added to the box, this is what you're getting for now. There might be more later. It's comprised of these pillar pieces, which have 8 slots on them, so that you can insert the wall pieces in 8 different directions. The walls stack as well. They can fit together like that in any arrangement you'd want. You could even have it hanging off there if you wanted to. They stand up just fine. So yeah, you can do all kinds of creations with these, and there's an even number of parts, so you could have completely symmetrical walls if you wanted to fight between 2 teams, or you could combine them all and make some superstructure if you wanted to have one team have a big defensive bonus. Yeah, you're free to use these however you want. You also don't have to use the walls at all. I like using them. I think it adds a new layer of tactical depth to the game without making things too complicated. And right now we're going to cut the video and start talking about how the walls are used in actual gameplay. So in terms of gameplay, walls give any piece that's in contact with them a defensive bonus if they're being shot at from the other side of the wall. So like this guy out here would be shot at by this guy, then he is in range so he could make the shot, and nothing would happen. Combat would be normal because this one doesn't have a wall in front of him. However, if this one were to shoot at this one who has the wall in front of him and is in contact with it, he's physically touching it, then ordinarily if there was a tie, the attacker would win the dice roll and get to roll for damage, or if you were playing in the simple rule set, the attacker would just win. But instead, the defender would win the tie because he's up next to the wall. So yeah, a tiebreaker would go in favor of the defender. Over here, you can see this wall is stacked 2 tiles high, basically. It's completely covering the line of sight from this orange piece to this green piece. So they can't fire at each other at all, because there's no point on their bases where one would be able to see the other one. So you can use whatever you want as terrain, but if it's high enough to constitute as a high wall, then pieces can't shoot through it. In a case like this, where you'd have both pieces on the wall, the rules still apply. So when they shoot at each other, the defender will always win ties because he's in contact with the wall and he's being shot at. Even if both pieces are touching it, as long as that wall is between them, the defender is going to win ties. And then finally, if the piece is up against the wall, but the other piece is behind him, then of course there's no obstruction there and combat is completely normal, since the wall isn't standing between the 2 pieces. So once again, all of these pieces are being added for free to every physical copy of the game. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next update.